Internet. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Khalifa Saad, and I am back with another video. I don't know if you guys realize it or not, but I am on the KTM RC8R 1190 cc's. This is a 2012 bike. These bikes have been discontinued. Actually, they started making them again, but they stopped making them in like 2015 because it was reported that, or someone said, the president and CEO of the company said the bikes were too dangerous for the road, so they stopped making them. But I got my hands on one. I can't say that this is my first ride because I rode it earlier with Makoto. He and I went riding. I just wanted to feel it. And when I tell you this thing is a bucking bronco under 3,000 RPM, it is ridiculous. If you're over that 3,000 range, it's fine. The bike, I mean, it wants to go. But if you're less than that 3,000, it's a rough ride. And unfortunately, on some of these roads, because of the speed limit, you can't go but so fast, because some people literally stick to the speed limit here. And that is rough on this bike. But if you guys have been watching the channel, you know that I bought this bike so I can take it to my next destination when I leave, because I didn't want to take either the Hayabusa or my S1000RR. The reason being is because I've modified them too much for Japanese standards, so bringing them back into the country could pose a problem. But bad news on this bike. In my haste, well, I'll tell you guys about it later. If you skip to the end of the video, you might miss it, because I will say what the bad news is at some point during this video. But when I was riding the bike earlier, when Makoto and I took a little tour, the bike goes. It is anything above 3K is smooth. The fact that this bike is antiquated, see this thing, I'm below 3,000 right now, and it's just, it feels like it wants to buck me off. But as I was saying, this bike is antiquated, so it kind of sucks. Well, I'm not gonna say it kind of sucks. You're in control of everything on this bike. Instead of the bike being state of the art like my Beamer, this thing leaves no room for error. Where my BMW will make mad corrections on lean angle and different types of things, the ABS, the suspension, it's all state of the art. But this thing right here is raw, and it reminds me of my very first bike which was a 2004. Oh, no, it wasn't. It was a 94, not 2004. I bought it in 2004. It was a 94 ZX7. And that's what this bike reminds me of, because of the fact that it has no electronics on it. Earlier when I was trying to go into a lean, I could feel the rear end wanting to give way. Which is kind of scary. So like I said, this bike goes. When you're above 3K, you're good. Below 3K, yeah, rough. But it's pretty comfortable. I mean, it is actually lighter than the BMW by about 40-something pounds. So, I mean, the flickability is bananas. And as far as foot possession, I don't feel cramped on this bike. I don't feel cramped on the Beamer either. But because this bike, just as my Beamer has the adjustable pegs, I have the pegs set low, in the lowest setting. Which allows me to ride comfortably. And hopefully y'all can hear me over this wind noise. If not, you'll just see B-roll with my hands moving. But tomorrow some of the guys from base are supposed to go riding, so I'm gonna go out riding with them. I hadn't ridden with anyone on base. I know every Saturday they do a ride, or some of the people on base do a ride, not everyone. But I guess tomorrow's supposed to be some kind of big event where the Harley-Davidson, Japanese Harley-Davidson Motorcycle Association or something like that, they've invited a lot of the guys to come out and ride with them tomorrow. So we're gonna go ride with them out to Oshima Island, which should be interesting. It is really nice out here right now. I hope this thing leaves my ETC card. Oh yeah, I see my green light down here, so I'm good. I'm gonna need to get over, God. Appreciate you. Are you guys gonna stop before you exit the expressway? Is that what we doing? Is that how we get it? Or the bypass? I swear, I don't know if you guys can pick up on the sound of this, but it sounds like a cross between a Ducati and a Harley Davidson, if those two bikes were to have a baby, this is what this would be the result of that breeding. Come on. Shut you guys off right now because you probably can't hear me anyway due to the wind noise. If you can hear me, I can't hear myself. So. I'm just going to go ahead and shut the camera off for now, and I'll catch you guys once we get to the main road. Well, that was fun. So one thing about this bike is that it has plenty of power. The power is here. It doesn't have as much power as my Beamer or my Booster, and I wasn't expecting it to. But it does have enough power to get up and go. Well, one thing I wasn't expecting is for this bike to be, it's not, I can feel the vibration. This bike vibrates a lot. And when I say a lot, I mean a lot. I thought my BMW vibrated, but I could feel, like when my BMW vibrates, I could feel it, in my feet, when my feet are on the foot pegs. But with this one, I can feel it all the way up to my calves, which is crazy. It's definitely going to take some getting used to. Which is why I took the Beamer back up to Makoto's and dropped it off, and I'm bringing this one home so I can get used to riding it, because it's been a long time since I've ridden a bike that does not have any electronics. And if you're not careful on this type of bike, you will definitely hurt yourself. This is definitely something that I would not recommend for a new rider. Nothing, okay. I was watching somebody, I want to say it was Chase on Two Wheels. can't remember if it was him or not, but I'm pretty sure it was him. He was saying that how the seat, well, he slides back and forth in the seat, or how the bike throws you back in the seat. I haven't experienced that. So, I mean, I'm literally sitting all the way back on the bike, so that could have something to do with it. But I'm not sliding forward up against the tank either. I'm pretty much locked in position. Slow it down. I mean, overall, I think this is a fun little bike. But like I said, it's something I would definitely have to get used to. I need to put some miles on to really know whether or not I like it. The looks are there, definitely. I love the way the bike looks. It's just this under 3K thing is killing me. And why won't you guys pass the scooter? Come on. Pass the scooter. Let's go. Go. You got it. I should give him a fist bump. I'll probably scare the hell out of him if I tried to. So if I was to give this thing a letter rating right now, I would probably give it a strong C+. And maybe it will get better as I get used to riding it. Or hell, who knows? Maybe it'll get worse. But I guess it's kind of unfair for me to actually review this thing because I technically just got off the beamer. Uh-oh, there go the cops. Really, dude? You could have spoke. There we go. Come on, let's go. Those cops not stunting you. Just squeeze through there. I mean, to keep this thing at 3,000 RPM, you damn near have to speed. And I'm gonna let this camera keep going. I don't know how much battery is left on it, but when it shuts off, that'll be the end of the video. I can almost flat-foot it, which I can't do with my Beamer. My Beamer, I'm damn near on my tiptoes. There's absolutely no play in this throttle either. And just like the Beamer, as soon as you touch it, it's ready to go. So basically with this thing, in order to do the speed limit through here is like, I want to say 30K. In order to do the speed limit, I would have to remain in first gear. If I'm in first gear, I'm either going to be bucking or winding this thing out, and I don't want to do either. So to get to second gear, I literally have to go about anywhere between 40 to 50K. I have not left second gear on any side road yet. The expressway, of course, I went up to sixth gear, but these side roads, main roads, I hadn't gone out of second gear yet. It's a nice evening. So anyway, I'll go ahead and tell you guys the bad news about this bike. Don't be like me. I am an impulse buyer. I see something, I like it, I buy it. That's the way I've always been, and it's probably the way I'll always be. So my good friend Adobo Moto, you guys don't know who he is, check out his channel, recommended this bike because originally I was going to buy a Kawasaki H2 Ninja to take with me to my next destination. But just out of curiosity, I asked him, I sent him a DM and I asked him, would he choose between a H2 and I forgot what the other bike was, and he replied KTM RC8R. Now mind you, I had never seen this bike before, so I started doing the research, and I liked what I saw, I liked what I read. I love the lines on this bike, and I love the colorway. So I went looking for the bike, found the bike, and then I hit up Makoto and said, hey, lock in this bike for me. Now normally I would ask all of the specifications on a bike before I buy it. But being impatient, I neglected to ask if this bike was a European spec or North American spec. Big mistake. Turns out that this bike is a Japanese spec bike, which means it cannot leave Japan. I cannot get the certificate of origin for this bike and ship it out of Japan unless I pay an astronomical amount of money to have it converted. Woo! I just want to see if it's going to pop, but it didn't. Anyway, unless I pay an astronomical amount of money to have it, why am I turning my signal on? Converted to be a US spec bike. Well, I'm not going to do that when I have the Beamer and the Busa, which I could use the money to put one of those back to stock and transport them back to the States. One of them. So Makoto and Fu and myself are going to look into what we need to do, or what is legal, what's not legal, as far as Japanese standards on what we've done to the S1000RR. Right now, it appears that the only thing that I've done that would have to change would be the pipe. If that's the case, then I can ship that bike back to the States and just take my factory pipe and ship it along with it. When I come back, I can just put it back on the bike and ship the bike back to Japan with no issues. So that's what we're looking at right now. We called the BMW dealership today, but the guy that we needed to talk to wasn't in, so we gotta wait for him to get back to us. We'll probably hear something back Monday, Tuesday next week. But if I can get the certificate of origin for the Beamer, then I'm just going to, I should have went that way. I'm just going to ship the Beamer back and lock the KTM and Busa up away in my bike bunker, because it's definitely not a garage. That thing is stout. So that's going to be the plan. You know, it's frustrating as hell, but I have no one to blame but myself, because usually I check on stuff like that, and I did not ask that simple question this one time, and it bit me in the ass. It is what it is. It's not like I'm not coming back to Japan. I am, so I'll be able to ride it once I get back. It's just a bummer that I bought this bike specifically to take with me and I can't take it. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video. You guys, I hope you enjoyed it. Drop down in the comments, let me know what you think. As a matter of fact, the video, if you didn't see the video before this one, go back and check that one out, because I think I'm gonna post that one prior. Makoto and I cruising through the countryside. All you'll see is the back of Makoto's bike, because he was leaving me. I don't try to keep up with it. I try to ride my ride. But anyway, I'm babbling now. I will catch you guys on the next video. I'm out. Ugh.